Alright, welcome back to SouFLoTV again, everybody. It is your host with the most. If you've never been here before, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell next to the subscribe button, though, so you are notified every time a new video goes up on SouFLoTV. For those of you who've been here for the last 7 or 8 videos following this whole assassination of the Haitian President, Jovenel Moise thing, then you know that we've been following this to the T. And you should be in the know by following these videos. Alright, so headlines. 3 more suspects have been arrested in connection with Haiti's President Jovenel Moise assassination. 3 additional suspects were arrested on Tuesday in connection with July 7th's assassination of Haiti's President Jovenel Moise, which plunged the country into a political crisis. Meanwhile, a 71-year-old brain surgeon, Ariel Henry, who was sworn in as the prime minister to lead the country to parliamentarian and presidential elections at the earliest time possible. Moise had handpicked Henry for the job of prime minister 2 days before his death. Moise had handpicked Henry for the job 2 days before his death, but was left without taking the oath of office. In that scenario, acting Prime Minister Claude Joseph stayed in his post and handled the most urgent affairs after the assassination of Moise, and Joseph had agreed to return to his previous position as foreign minister. Now, the Haitian police on Tuesday arrested 2 of their own policemen. This is what Chief Leon Charles announced. Officers Boni Gregor, I'm more than likely not saying his name properly, but I'm sure my Haitians will correct me. Boni Gregor and Clifton Hippolyte. They were placed in custody for their alleged involvement in the commando-style operation which resulted in Moise's death. However, Charles did not elaborate on the role that these men played. The Haitian citizen Dominick Cauvin, who was present during the planning of the attack, has also been taken into custody. This is all allegedly from me, but as it is printed, it does not say alleged. It says Dominick was present during the planning of the attack and has been taken into custody. He makes number 3. We're going to get into who he is, because he has connections to the USA. Now, in addition to the 2 other police officers, another 20 who were part of the presidential guard at the time of the assassination, they were at the house on duty, and not one of them got hurt. They have been subject to precautionary measures, particularly National Palace Security Director Dimitri Herard, as well as other heads of tactical units who have been banned from leaving the country. Now, Dimitri Herard was arrested. If he is placed on precautionary measures now, in updated news, then that means that he has been released from confinement, but their travel documents have been taken. They're not permitted to leave the country, and they must report to some authority every single day. Charles did explain, though, that 13 homes have been raided, including 6 of fugitives such as the former Senator Jean-Joel Joseph, which is on the wanted list of the previous video that I put up that said 3 men were now wanted, including former Senator Jean-Joel Joseph. Jean-Joel Joseph, if you paid attention to the other video, was a top politician that was fired by Moise and his administration, and he had some kind of incentive. Now, lawyer Felix Joseph Badillo is said to be the one who gave the order that when you go in there, he's the one that is said to change the mission. Dr. Sanon had the mission down as they were going to go attack, take Moise out of the building, arrest him, and bring him to some other facility. and Sanon was going to be the new president. I don't know how they thought that was going to work, but while Sanon was thinking that was the mission, it is said that Badeo separated the teams and had commandos on one team who he gave a specific order during the planning session 3 days before they went and carried it out. Badeo allegedly told these men from one section of the group, don't let the other section of the group know what the real objective is, and it is your duty when you go in there to assassinate him. So he is known as the one who pulled the trigger, basically. And other buildings belonging to Ronaldo Covington and Rudolph Jarre, respectively, all have been raided. Now, during these deployments, law enforcement agents have seized 45 rifles, 14 pistols, hundreds of cartridges of various calibers ammunition, in addition to a drone, 3 grenades, and a couple of bulletproof vests. Damn, they were going to war. Now, with the new arrest, the number of people in detention has now reached 26, 18 of whom are Colombian nationals. 6 other suspects are said to be at large, while the 3 were gunned down shortly after the president's assassination during a firefight with Haiti's police authorities. The 53-year-old Moise was the 5th Haitian head of state to die in office. And this new person in power in Haiti's, quote, I believe that our president did not choose me as a person who can perform miracles. This is the neurosurgeon who is now in that position, who was handpicked by Moise, but Moise was assassinated shortly after, and he didn't get a chance to be sworn in. So he says that I believe that our president did not choose me as a person who can perform miracles. I think he saw in me a Democrat, a person who can speak with all sectors of national life. Therefore, very humbly and with determination, I accept this mission, says Henry upon taking office. Now, regarding Moise's death, Henry said that all those suspected of being material or intellectual authors must be identified and must be brought to justice. We will never again have an experience of this magnitude, a tragedy like this. There must be an exemplary punishment for those who are responsible. Henry will now remain Social Affairs and Labor Minister. Joseph will be in charge of Foreign Affairs, and Patrick Michael Boisvert will be in the Economics and Finance, Rockefeller Vincent in Justice and Public Safety, and Enold Joseph in Defense, as it is reported. So this gives you an idea of where the power structure is in Haiti right now. They're trying to get along with things. Move along, get along, right? But let's talk about this person who has ties to the U.S. So Haitian police have announced the arrest of these 4 individuals, 4 additional suspects in connection to the assassination of the president. And one of them has strong ties to South Florida again. Remember, the Dr. Sanon, along with the 2 Haitian Americans, Solange and the other one who they're still keeping his information quiet for some reason, I don't know why. All these men, those 3 are American citizens with Haitian backgrounds, all connecting to Florida, USA. Now here's a number 4, and this man also has deep ties to South Florida. The suspect is identified on Wednesday as Dominick Cauvin, who records show has spent time in Miami Beach and in Pembroke Pines, Florida. Cauvin is listed as a CEO for a company that is called Armotech. In his online profile, he is identified as an independent security consultant. There's a person called Serge Bordeaux. Serge Bordeaux, who lives at the address Armotech is registered to. Now, remember, Armotech is the company that is Cauvin is registered as the CEO of. They go and they look to see where the physical address of this company is. And they found a person living there named Serge Bordeaux or Bordeaux. He lives at that address where the company is registered to on Sunbiz. He said that Cauvin is like a brother to me. And he also said that, yes, Cauvin, not Chauvin, Cauvin was also trained here in the U.S., right here in Florida. He was trained to clean and to repair firearms with his father-in-law. He got that certification here. He is certified here in Florida. He was trained to repair and to clean guns. And that is something that is a part of any security company in Haiti. It is a part of his job, you know. But it has nothing to do with what they are saying that he is involved with. Now, they questioned this man, Bordeaux. When was the last time you spoke to him? When was the last time you saw him, etc.? Bordeaux said that the last time we spoke was last Monday, when Cauvin reportedly said to that his assistant has been detained. Now, Haitian police has detained his assistant. They haven't given the information as to who his assistant is. Was his assistant a police officer that also moonlighted as a arms repair person, or was his assistant somebody? I don't know who his assistant is at this point, but we will keep on digging. The last time we spoke was Monday because they arrested his assistant. And I told him, I said, be careful because I think they're coming for you too. He said, I really hope he gets out of this because I know for a fact that he is innocent. That is what the person said that was found living at the address that his company, his security company, is listed on Sunbiz, the address of. So this person, this third person, this Cauvin guy, I will continue to dig to find out what is his connection. Is there a connection between him and Dr. Sanin and the other two Haitian Americans that have been held so far in this event? All these people seem to have started up a bunch of companies, and some of the companies folded and some of the companies were doing well. I don't want to say this man is guilty, but I do see a pattern here. Maybe they were starting these companies up and then using the money to finance their war or their plans to take over Haiti. At this point, it is unclear. At this point, there are still too many twists and turns in this story as to how the Haitian president was assassinated. I do still believe, and this is just my personal belief, that this has a lot to do with Jovenel Moise blocking certain things from going through Haiti, therefore stopping millions. I would even go as far as to say hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars. So his enemies came from not only Colombia and the cartel, but it came from also people who had interest in this. It's all about drugs and guns. Again, tell me if I'm wrong. And I think that's the reason why his wife does not know. I've seen comments where people were saying he was a crooked president, he was involved in drugs, he was selling drugs, but I don't think that's what it is. I honestly think that he did not want his country to be the stopover point for so much drugs and guns moving through his country, because he saw the conditions of the people, the rise in kidnapping and gang warfares, because everybody suddenly had whole lots of cocaine, which was dropped off from airplanes in different locations in the country and was being picked up by local citizens who then started fighting over to war in the streets of Haiti. And I think he saw that and he didn't want that. But then there are a lot of people, to include people, police officers, security guards, government personnel from in his own constituency who had ulterior motives because their kickback money had stopped. So they plotted how to take him out. That's just my opinion. But this person, this Cauvin person, we will be doing an update to find out or to let you know who he is exactly, who he is connected to that's also connected to this assassination plot. And we will continue to follow closely as it takes its turns and twists. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about this one. It's SouFLoTV. I'm out. Peace.